You know how this church got started was during World War II. A lot of the people that lived in the area couldn't get into the city to their old churches because of gasoline rationing. And so they decided to start their own congregation. They rented some space at Mary Institute in their auditorium. They hired Dr. McDowell as their pastor, and they started this congregation in 1943.
I think the chronological age of a church is one thing, but the spiritual age is about half that. So I would say that Ladue Chapel is about 32 and a half years old spiritually, which means it's just entering the most productive years of its life.
I've been a member of Ladue Chapel since 1954. My earliest memory was really being in the children's choir.
My memory has to go back to my wedding day, and that was a big day. It was a big occasion.
I was married here also. I'm a newlywed, 38 years.
61 years we've been married here at the church. Our children were all baptized here, and my grandchildren were baptized.
Most of the important things in my life have taken place here, like weddings and baptisms and kids growing up in Sunday school and funerals.
The theme of the campaign, Serving God and Community, just for anyone who is a member of the church, to me says it all. I don't know personally how you can act out your faith without being involved in the community, and certainly the church gives you every opportunity to do that. And by doing that, we're really following what we've learned that God wants us to do.
It's like a family. You know everybody, and you see somebody and you think, I know her. Oh boy, she looks just like her mother, because you knew the mother, and the families are here, and it's just comfortable.
I look around and they're friends of my mother's that are still in the pews, certainly friends of mine from childhood.
It's an important part of our lives. It's an important part of our lives.
It's just a part of who we are.
Many of our friends are people who have gone here for years.
It was a part of our family growing up all these years. I've felt as though the people we know here, we've known a long time, and they're close to family to us.
All generations are there. This is like an anchor for a lot of just not only family, but worship, and it's just been a beautiful place for us to come together.
It's my safe zone. It's my comfort zone. I love it here. I'm surrounded by old friends, new friends.
I see this as my church family. It's an incredibly important aspect of my life.
If it wasn't for the man upstairs in Ladue Chapel, I'd have never met her.
I think the real memories here, there's been a lot of activity, but it's just the people. Extraordinary members in this congregation with talent, with, I said, love and intellectual challenge.
My family has been quite involved for a whole bunch of years.
I taught Sunday school here for 8 years.
I've been in a choir singing since 1962.
I taught Sunday school. I worked in the nursery program.
I've been on the board of deacons, and I've been a Stephen minister.
I was on the food pantry.
The first committee I was on was the mission committee, and it was a wonderful experience.
I've been a part of the Sustainable Youth Ministry team.
We've both been on the session probably twice.
Right now, about the only job I have left, I'm so old, is that I'm a funeral host.
And you just know we're in good hands when we have not only a wonderful program for the children, but the fact that the children are growing up knowing God, knowing what they need to do in the community.
I hope what they'll be saying is that this is a congregation has been able to touch the minds and the heart and the soul of people.
Don Holland was here for 19 years, did a fantastic job. My job was to move it to the next step, to make things a little more contemporary. And the next person who comes after me will do that as well. We'll take this to the next stage.
Ladue Chapel will always be special for me.
This
this is a place where there's a lot of respect for one another and a lot of respect to explore ideas and theology, and we come together because we all love the church.
I would call it an anchor in our lives, Ladue Chapel.
It fit our needs, and it still fits our needs.
God and community are always there with us in this church.